These aren't your average corn muffins. We're doubling down on Ontario corn for a muffin that's sweet, savory, and packed with flavor. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome to Cooking with Cori. I'm your host, Chef Cori Doern, and I'm also a proud media spokesperson for Foodland Ontario. And nothing says summer like corn and doubling down on double corn muffins. To do this beautiful Foodland Ontario recipe, which you can check out at foodlandontario.ca, we're going to start with some beautiful Ontario corn. This recipe calls for the corn to be just cut straight from the cob, and boy oh boy is it sweet and delicious. Now for this recipe, you're going to need 2 bowls, and we're going to start off with some lovely cornmeal for our double corn muffins. Then I've got some Ontario fresh farm eggs. I've got some Ontario milk. I've got some lovely honey from Ontario and a little bit of oil. And all of these ingredients are going to go into this bowl. And then next, in the other bowl, I've got some flour. I've got some baking powder and baking soda, a little bit of salt, some dried basil, and some garlic powder. And then what we're going to do is we're going to combine these two, add our beautiful fresh Ontario corn that is fresh off the cob, and some lovely Ontario tomato that has been seeded and peeled and chopped up lovely, and then we're going to fold it all together. So here we go. In this one bowl, we're going to put what's known as our dry ingredients. Well, I shouldn't say that, our wet ingredients, our cornmeal, we're going to mix that up. So I've got my milk, I've got my egg, I've got my honey. I love honey. And last but not least, some oil. And then in this bowl, we're going to, of course, add our flour, our baking soda and our baking powder, our salt, and then our lovely basil and garlic powder. And you can do that to taste. I mean, if you really love the flavor of garlic powder, that's totally up to you. I'm going to say that the basil and the garlic and the tomato and the corn, they're very, very, very harmonious. So we're just going to blend that up. And then I'm also going to blend this one up. And then what we want to do is we want to add our wet to our dry. And I'm going to do that right now, just so that you can see how we're going to put it together. You don't need a processor or a blender or anything like that. Just going to do it like this. And you can do this recipe as a half recipe or a full recipe. It's totally up to you. You can even put them in little mini muffin cups, which I think are adorable. And then what we're going to do is add our tomato and our beautiful corn, because you can't have double corn muffins without the corn, and mix it all up. And when you're finishing mixing it all up, what you're going to end up with is this gorgeous mixture right here. And this is incorporated the tomato, the corn, the basil, everything. And then you're going to take your lovely muffin tin, and I'm going to encourage you to spray it or butter it. If you want to do a little bit of flour on the outside just to make sure they don't stick, or you can use the little liners. And then you're going to scoop in your lovely mixture into your prepared muffin tin, just like that. Your oven should be preheated to 375. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put this into your oven. You're going to cook it at 375 for about 20 minutes until the tops are nice and firm. And when you pull it out of the oven, you're going to end up with this absolutely gorgeous double corn muffin. What you're looking for is a nice firm top. You can actually take this and refrigerate it for a bit and then make it a little later on. I'm going to encourage you to go to foodlandontario.ca and check out what's in season so that you can kind of play around with it, because as I always say, a recipe is just a guideline. While you're there, check out other seasonal recipes at Foodland. It's awesome. The other tip that I want to tell you today is that when you're shopping for ingredients, bring a list with you. That way you won't forget anything. For more awesome recipes like this, check out foodlandontario.ca. We'll see you next time.